at the end.
How did AJ end up being the one at the end trying to decide? You know how many times AJ was like not even talked about?
I know. He wasn't.
He just glided his own tall, bearded self up in here and just really stayed to the end to where it's like AJ has the final say. How does that work? Hello, and welcome back to the Bold Black Girls No Cap recap of Ready to Love season 4,
episode 10.
Episode 10. What was it called?
Getting clarity.
Woo! So last week we left off with Alexis Fly being extra dramatic. Hey, you like Amber. A Judas to me. You was like a Judas to me. So they pick right back up into that, heated moment. KG looking around all lost.
Like, what's really going on?
He's like, whoa, what's going on? Hold on.
But I did like his response, right? He could have overreacted.
Well, he is one of the most level-headed people, I think, on the show.
I would.
And as far as how he thinks about things, he's very in tune with the energy and the vibes, and he's
also
a peacemaker.
Has some experience from another.
But he came in always with that kind of like peacemaker type of mentality. Like he's very like you're not gonna see KG just like going off on nobody about nothing.
No,
like you have to blatantly disrespect him. I think for him to really just react. And plus, Amber's his only connection, so like he can't be like.
And honestly, I mean that's her only connection as well. Like if we
not necessarily, honey, because we don't know. Amber been kissing on Joelle. She didn't kiss on Ron.
She been doing a lot of kissing.
She didn't kiss on.
And that's a lot of kissing for me in COVID.
Exactly. So we don't really know what Amber got going on. She having text messages on the side with Ron and hooking up. Oh, my friend was about to get deployed, so we went up here and he said, So that's what I'm saying. Watch her.
You're right.
We thinking she ain't got no connections, honey. She's out here.
It's something about those two lawyers, Kyra and Amber, huh?
Mm-hmm. So
strategy.
KG was looking all lost
perplexed
and things,
but
she tried to explain herself.
And being the lawyer that she is, number one, she apologized and she took accountability, right? For not necessarily informing Alexis of the interaction with Ron because they felt like they had built a friendship.
Right.
So she played to her strengths.
Which I feel like, it's funny because last week she busted Joelle out for not telling about Jonisha. What's her name? Jonisha.
Bernicia.
I mixed their name. Look, I made them the little, you mixed their names.
She told Jonisha.
She tells Bernicia about Joelle, and then when Alexis came for her, it's kind of like, oh, wait, hold on. So you didn't tell.
Turnabout.
Yeah, you didn't tell KG that you kissed Ron. You didn't tell Alexis. Would you have told them if she hadn't bust you out? Probably not. I don't think she would have. She's like, let me explain. Oh, whatever. But I was like, anyways. Okay, so they're in the ranch, and this is at the point where they're like, hey, let's go to the hot tub. Kyra's like, let's go to the hot tub. Let's lighten the mood up in here. And Liz, Jason,
and AJ,
and Kyra go into the hot tub. Kyra came out, honey, in the teeny weeny bikini,
and she was intentional about that,
and she looked good.
Yeah,
the body was banging. Okay. She's like, men are visual, so I'm gonna give them something to look at. I'm like, okay, the competition. She's trying to heat the competition up because Liz was up in there looking like somebody's grandma.
Shut up.
I love Liz, but what did you have on? I don't know what she had on.
And she was quiet, actually. It was really Jason. And to me, Kyra having most of the dialogue from what we could see from the footage doesn't mean that was the case, but they definitely highlighted those two because I think Kyra's, trying to figure out, is it AJ? Is it Jason? And Jason is kind of going back and forth between AJ and Jason. So they got that little triangle or octagon or something going on.
She is playing the game. Liz was like, I honestly didn't even notice Kyra. Girl, you noticed her in that bikini, child. Don't even do that. Give her props. Like, she looked good, but, you were trying to focus on Jason, whatever.
And then you had Joelle and Vernisha and Alexis sitting off to the side.
Oh, my Lord. Alexis is over there looking like somebody auntie or something. And I'm like, Why are you not in the hot tub? If you're really trying to compete for AJ with Kyra.
She said she's not competing for somebody who's not going to compete for her.
No, she did say she was competing. But later on in the episode, she says, I got to compete with Kyra for AJ. She literally says it. So that's why I'm like,
well, she said contradicting because she said, I'm not competing for somebody that I don't feel is going to compete for me.
That's why you're going home next week. She's out of here. But she's sitting on the side and you're waiting. You thinking AJ about to get out the hot tub to come over here and talk to you on the side while you smoking a hookah? Like, well, maybe get she didn't in there.
Get in the pool.
She's cute. She got a nice little body and everything. She should have put her little stuff on. Like, oh, you want yours out? I'm gonna put mine out too, and just get in there and shine. You know, I mean, you just gonna let her hog up all the time. I don't know. Anyway, she wasn't really about the competition, I guess. But she was messing up Joelle and Bernice's little one-on-one time.
Well, yeah, she was. But I feel like, you know, they are a cool, casual couple. So, I mean, and according to them, they were already cuddled up. They had decided that when they chose their rooms, they were going to be together.
Yeah. Yeah. So they were cute. I liked Joelle and Bernice today.
You said today. In this episode, I did like the interaction, right?
Yeah.
He was really, to me, like, really truly like trying to make sure he was on her radar
because he knew
and be in her good graces. And she told him, don't do nothing else. You hear me?
Exactly, because he was chasing her around the whole episode. He like, where you going? What? He walked in on her while she was in the shower. He like, why you didn't close the door? She's like, He was like, I still saw something, you know, whatever. But I'm like, he was really chasing her around, which is funny because I do feel like, you know, I don't like how he did last episode. I don't like the not calling when you tomorrow. If I didn't call you, that mean the plan's changed. No.
Get your communication skills.
You need to get it together.
And I know you can do it. You have 2 children and you're a single dad. And that requires, I'm sure, a lot of communication.
So I hope he actually genuinely likes Bernicia and that he's willing to make those adjustments to make something work. Or he's not just trying to like get to the end of the game, you know, or whatever. So we still need to see what's what on that, but you know, he definitely was all up her butt this particular episode. So while Alexis is over there, so they cut over to Amber and KG talking because now she got to have her discussion about the kiss with him.
And she needed to explain to him, you know, I guess to make sure or give reassurance to KG that he's the one she wants, right?
Amber is a pimp. She's like, listen, hey, listen, let me tell you something.
Ron kissed her.
This how she did, KG. She's like, let me tell you something, baby. It meant nothing. It meant nothing. Who you with? Who you with right now, though?
And because he was lost for words, right?
She got him wrapped around her finger.
Yeah, she does. She does.
He loves him some Amber. She got him wrapped around her finger. She can go around kissing all the men and come right back to KG. He's gonna be right there.
And they were kissing.
And then gave him, you want some? I got some for you too. Damn, Amber. She didn't kiss 3 that we know of.
Ron,
Joelle,
and KG.
I'm like, She's like, it wasn't nothing. You know, at the end of the day, who you with? That's the player talk to me. I was like,
I'm really thinking that Kyra and Amber, with the 2 lawyers, they're using their skill set and their strengths. No, because you have to have a strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a lawyer.
Yeah. She was like, I'm always going to be honest, you know. Girl, you weren't about to say nothing about this, though, if Alexis didn't bust you out. And I saw Ron got on a live, and he was talking about, like, yeah, we've been talking, and she always had been in his top 3, but the show wasn't really showing it, and blah, 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 blah. They wouldn't give him a lot of dates
with her
on the camera, but they've been out, and he was showing a plethora of text messages between the 2 of them that they had. Like, first of all, I was like, you run your mouth too much. That's why you off the show, because you don't need to be around nobody. Like I do not like no dude that run their mouth and kiss and tell, basically, because that's exactly what he did. Anywho. Hopefully her and KG, you know, that works out. Because I like KG. I think, you know, the financial piece has been a little sketchy for me with him. Because I did feel like he was like, oh, yeah, I got me a lawyer. I'm excited.
You're right. He was excited about that. She's a DA.
I'm like, she's an ADA. But okay. Anywho, What else was going on? Forgot to mention the part where Alexis, when she's sitting over there with Bernice and
like a little, like you said, like a little auntie.
Yeah, she's whispering. She's like, they over there. She's watching AJ and Kyra banter and back and forth and stuff, and like, see, now she's trying to get her strategy together. She's like, so they be fighting, so I'm gonna be peace for him, so that'll be my, it's more of a chance for me. That's what she said. Girl, he don't want you. He don't want you. He don't want her.
He wants Kyra.
He been using her to just hang around until Kyra make her decision, basically. Because everybody waiting on Kyra to make that decision.
Jason and AJ are waiting on Kyra.
I'm like, I can't.
And she might not choose any of them.
These dudes, I don't get it. It's like, choose. You choose. But whatever.
You pursue.
The next day, the ladies are cooking breakfast. AJ's in there flirting with Kyra. She got her cute little. First of all, Kyra be having the cutest little outfits.
Though. She does.
She's ready. She came to play.
Well,
she must have went and bought a whole new wardrobe to get ready for this because she had the cutest little boots and her little outfit for breakfast.
And Jason says, "Oh well, okay."
She come to play. Liz looking like your mama with her silk. But I love Liz though. She looked cute, and I love her with her hair either way, curly or straight. She's pretty, but I do feel like she's just too mature for this show.
I do too. Someone posted on Twitter like, "Liz, your husband not on here. Go to church,
girl." Church. And he might not be over
there. I know that's what they say.
Yeah. I'm like, he might be.
He on a deacon board, Liz.
He is very seasoned man. He got some little grays up in there. She needs a seasoned man, because like Clarence, the ex.
Oh yeah,
he's married, but she needs another. He need a brother or something, because these dudes these babies ain't for her. What else happened? Oh God. So, ouch. Liz and Alexis were talking, and Liz is just, I love Jason. Not I love, but she's just on cloud 9 with Jason.
Jason makes her feel young again.
And she just, I'm feeling him. I'm like, Liz, get away from this baby with no stash.
Leave him
Don't
alone.
trust a man with no stash. And this is where Alexis tells Liz that she got to compete with Kyra for AJ, and she gonna use her. We have a very peaceful relationship. Where?
No.
Every time you talking to him, you mad at him about something. Every time you talk to him, you checking him about something. You're saying, I don't feel like you are paying attention, and like she want to create. She's creating.
She hanging on by a thread.
The hairs on her chitty.
Yeah, she is really because all she has is AJ.
That's all she got. People are really trying to hold on to those single connections.
And then we have Kyra and Jason again, right? Going back and forth. They're sitting outside.
They went on a tennis date.
Yes.
She said in her commentary, kind of like, he left me out in the cold. He's been focusing on Liz or whatever. And I'm like, you focus on AJ.
Right.
So how that works?
She's seen the shift. That's what she said on the last episode.
Because with her mouth, when someone asks, she'll say Jason. But with everything else, you are all about AJ. Me and AJ's connection is getting stronger. And
Jason is noticing that he's mentioned that she's not open as he would probably like.
You can see it.
Or vulnerable, right?
Yeah,
he wants more, right? Surface level. So
it takes vulnerability to get what you want. To get that feeling that you want, you have to be all in. And it's scary. Especially after AJ was being cheap and making you pay for dinners and stuff like that. And you still trying to get over that? Child, I'll be like, okay, let me give you my Cash App and Zelle.
Well, maybe they didn't have that then.
They had it. That been around long enough. But no, I mean, it's like the guys, so specifically with Jason and on this day, he's begging her basically to
make a decision.
What do you want?
Yeah.
And it's like
she still could not clearly articulate who she was really interested in. Right?
Like, I'm waiting on both of y'all. She said she want to wait to the end of the process to figure it out. And I'm like, oh, you just gonna You just know you got them.
Ride the wheels till they fall off.
Mm-hmm. Then let's see. Oh, Alexis and AJ go up to the tower. Her thirst is just so real to me. I cannot, like, she's like, he said, could you see yourself living out here? And she was like, oh, I can come out here for like a month. You know, when I need to clear my mind or something. She was like, what about you? And he was like, no, I'm good for a hot weekend. I said, that's a sign, girl. He is not. First of all, he would not want to be up here with you for no month. That's what that is. I just feel like she was just super thirsty. She was very like trying to set it up, you know, with the Kyra thing. Position
herself.
Yeah, she was hating on Kyra because she says, you know, we have a very peaceful relationship. She throws it out there, and I don't bring you drama. You know, I would hate to see you get yoked up with somebody who has you. Girl, you ain't worried about that. You are worried about
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Do not worry about Kyra, sweetheart.
You are worried about the wrong thing. And that is a consistent pattern of hers, which really highlights her insecurities in that you didn't want to go get in the hot tub because you knew Kyra's body was banging and you was not trying to be standing up next to her. And the same thing with Chrysanthemum when Ron, you know, it's like you throw in the other person. Do you think she's with you for the right reasons? Like she's one of them little sneaky little
throwing shade.
Yeah, on the side, trying to like, you know, put that out there. And so she asked him like basically where his heart was. And he basically called her boring. He was like, you know, you're balancing between what's safe and what's exciting. I mean, safe is you. And I'm like, so you're not exciting. Got it. He liked that bantering back and forth with Kyra. He just want her to be open when it's time to be open. It's fine to go back and forth, but you want to know that that person is really trying to build something with you. Whole thing. So she said she wasn't happy with the answer either. So she didn't read more into it, thank God, because I thought she was going to be like, oh, that's good. So she said, yeah, it wasn't really sufficient, but you know,
3 couples.
I think she's just trying to make it to the end, but I think her journey ends this next week. What happened next? Tommy, oh my God, Tommy.
And this horse.
He really, why would you even come in on a horse?
He's in Texas.
If you're not gonna ride the horse. Like, he's on the horse, the lady's walking.
Him in the horse.
Walking
Maybe
him.
He had a lesson.
No, Kim, stop trying to give people the benefit of the doubt.
I'm gonna extend grace.
He is on the lady's walking next to him in the middle of him and another horse. Like, you're just walking. It's like you rode in on a horse. Bruh, you did not ride in. So that just looked weird to me. That was funny. I just had to throw that out there because I was just like, what are you doing?
I was like, okay, Tommy, come in with the horse. And I don't know who said it. Was like, okay, Tommy. I think it was Jason.
Oh, yeah, one of them. Or Joel or somebody. Yeah.
It was one of the J's.
Joel, his one. He talking about what did he call him? He said something like
didn't he say something like a black cowboy or something?
Yeah, something like that. I'm like, no, you were not today. I guess Seagram's is not sponsoring these episodes. The last 2 were longer for the ads. I was like, oh, where's Seagram's? I guess
it was yes, it wasn't as long this time.
When Tommy asked Jason about what he wanted, and he took forever to answer the question, because he's going around now asking each guy who they want to go home with, basically. Like, this is it. We're at the end. Jason's going back and forth. He's like, you know, Liz growing on me. First of all, I don't want to grow on nobody.
I want you to just
Do you want to grow on someone?
No, I want them to just know. That's it.
I don't want to grow.
And if I'm growing, we're growing together. After I don't want to make that decision. We're growing together.
I don't want to grow on you, though.
Exactly.
Like, you're thinking about me and some other. You really are waiting on. If Kyra said, I want you, Liz is out of here.
This is true.
That's what he was waiting on this whole time. And Tommy kind of had to let him know, like, bruh, you don't wait. He said, I'm waiting on my captain to give me you're the captain. See, that's why I don't like him for Liz. You're not a man. You're not really trying to be a leader. You waiting on her. What do you want? Do you want me? He doing the same thing. And
it's also like people are afraid to take a risk and say who they want. Right. Yeah. Say who you want in your heart and not just kind of like going off of like, I'm waiting on them. If you know that you want that person, hey, I want you. And if it doesn't work out, then you just have to accept it.
Be like, that's who I want, but they're acting stupid.
Right.
That's what I would be saying. So I'd be like, I want him, but he don't want me. So I'm good.
Right. Being clear in the decision of who you want.
Right. You waiting. So that was annoying. I was like, see, that mustache. That's the problem. KG and Joel, of course, they all in on their ladies. They know. Yes. Joel says, don't bring 10 more babies up in here. I'm gonna get in trouble. He like, I'm good. Ain't no seesawing, ain't no nothing. Like, I'm straight.
Exactly.
I'm like, cause you ain't got, that's all you got. That's all y'all got. Y'all not interested no more.
And at the end,
how did AJ end up being the one at the end trying to decide? You know how many times AJ was like not even talked about?
I know. He wasn't.
He just glided his own tall, bearded self up in here and just really stayed to the end to where it's like AJ has the final say. How does that work?
Well, it's probably because they know Kyra really wants him the most.
And I'm like, would you just choose Kyra?
Just choose each other, because that's who you all want, is each other.
So he basically told her, though, and I liked how he was coming for her in this moment, because he asked her some questions first to see how she was going to answer. She still was acting on whatever. And he told her, he said, you've been straddling the fence. And, Jason's made his decision. He chose Liz. I said, ooh. He put Jason's out there like, so I'm your only option, baby. That's basically what he let her know. And she still was acting like, I don't know what I'm going to do and all that and if I'm going to do this and I'm going to do games. That. She was all over the place. And I'm like, oh, you're annoying me now. He says, this is going to be your last day. He didn't tell her she wasn't ready to love, though.
Are you sure?
He didn't say you're not ready to love. He said tonight is going to be your last night here. And then he kept holding her hand.
He could not let her go.
And she's like, can I have my hand back? And he's like, I don't want. He said, I'm not sure about my decision, basically, he said. Because he's trying to look out for himself.
Yep.
But the fact that she's still not biting, even though he put it out there, he's like, I don't know what to do here. He feels like he's been putting some more effort in than he usually does. And he wants her to acknowledge that and like reciprocate that effort that he's putting in. And she's still kind of staying, straight face with it, not really being like, hey, I've been seeing the effort you're putting in and I appreciate it. And I'm making note of that. Like it makes a difference to me. It means something to me. Like she's not letting her guards down enough to really give him that reassurance. What did he call it on there? He said reassurance.
That's what he called it.
Yes, he said, I'm not getting that reassurance. I was like, oh, Lord. And then she was like, I'm trying to give you, it may not be giving you the reassurance that you need. So she threw it out there just so he said the wrong word. Yeah, so obviously there's a twist because
she's on the next
episode. Didn't go home, which I'm confused about.
That's why they want you to tune in next Friday.
Exactly. I'm like, y'all are really playing games because clearly she's still there, and that means Alexis fly. Bye-bye.
Fly away.
Because he went, they showed a clip of him saying, I see us being a part of each other's lives for a long time. Honey. And Alexis said, I thought he was about to say, you don't want. Well, he didn't, girl. He gonna say, you ain't ready to love. And you're going home next week. But looks like Kyra's coming for Liz with Jason. I said, also, AJ gonna save you. And you gonna come back to go have some unfinished business with Jason? That's wrong.
That's okay.
But
yeah, Liz just has to go somewhere where there are older men.
Yeah, we want Liz to get a quality man. Yeah. Because she got the short end of the stick on these on this. Her man was not ever here at all. He just wasn't at this.
Even when we thought he was, right?
That was only for one episode. Because after David showed his butt, yeah, it was over. So we will tune in next week, I guess.
The season finale.
It should be the season finale.
It should, and then of course the reunion.
Is this going to be the episode where like it's like the end, like the couples that are the last ones standing. Yeah. So you got Liz and Jason.
You got a triangle.
Joel and
you got a
Bernicia, KG and Amber. That's 3 already. So what's gonna happen with is anything gonna happen with, is Kyra gonna win Jason back from Liz? Is AJ is she gonna go to AJ? Or is there gonna be nothing? So we'll see. Maybe she won't have nothing. At the end, she'll just leave empty-handed. I don't know. Tune in next week where we will discuss it all over again.
Yes.
Thank y'all for watching. See y'all next time.
Peace.